Hi everyone, it's Laura the Quarantine Gardener, and here we are with Hyssop, or Hyssop officinalis, and Dr. Claire. That is antispasmodic and good for coughs.
Coughing,
okay.
safe for children.
Safe for children. Okay, and what I'm going to show you again is for your October tips in the garden. Number one, you can give it a trim back and a tidy up, like any of your perennials in the garden that are looking a bit scraggy this time of the year. And the other thing is, again, following on from September, there's still seed collection available. So again, you can see there, I'm just emptying out. There you can see that's the hyssop seeds, and same thing as before. Collect them preferably on a dry day. Put them into a brown envelope and seal in a kind of sealed glass jar with a lid on it, and place in a cool, dark area, either in a cupboard or in the fridge. Okay, so just that they don't absorb moisture over the winter, because then they can get fungus. So that's the main thing, is collect them on a dry day, put into an envelope, label, date, and put it away so that next spring when you go to sow them you'll know what they are, because we all do seed collection and forget to label, and then we don't know what we're sowing, which can be a nice surprise.
Exactly.
Okay, happy gardening. So the first thing you can do is tidy up some of your perennials in the garden. So again, here for example with this campion, I would cut back the stalks to there just to tidy up the rosette form. Now with some of your perennials which have striking flower heads, say like a stilby, your grasses, maybe even your agapanthus, even though they start to go off, but once it's striking flower heads you may want to retain over the winter. Number one, seed for the birds, and number two, they look well, particularly if there's winter frost. So the first thing is tidy up those that need it. Second thing is you can continue collecting seed, much like you can with some of the annuals. There are perennials that are still producing seed, so the same procedure: collect on a dry day, put into a brown envelope, label, and then put into a frost-free container like a jar, and in a dark place, or else in a fridge where they're cool but they're not absorbing moisture over the winter. And then the last thing you can do is just multiply your stock. So for example, in a clump here, it looks like just 2 clumps of campion, but actually I'd be splitting the spade in, say there, or fork, and again there, and you'll probably out of this clump get 10 new plants and just transplant them, and it multiplies your stock in a very easy way. And there's still enough warmth in the soil to do that this time of year, so they get time for the roots to establish before harsh winter comes in, if we get that. We'll see what climate change brings. Okay everybody, another tip for now. Happy gardening. Hi everyone, it's Laura the Quarantine Gardener, and again another tip for this time of year is to divide your rhubarb crowns. So if they're getting crowded and clumped up and congested, it just helps to dig them up and split them this time of the year and replant, and get your garden compost or well rotted farmyard manure or seaweed around the crowns that you transplant. Give them a nice fertile soil to grow in. And the other thing you can do is plant out your spring cabbages. So there's a few little tips for the fruit and veg garden as well. Okay everybody, happy gardening, see you in November.